What's up, guys? Welcome to a brand new YouTube video. Sorry, the reason it took a long time is because I was busy preparing my merch store. Link will be down in the description. And today I'm going to teach you how to do cool stuff in OBS Studio. Just a quick reminder, this is going to be a really long video and a long tutorial series, so I'm just gonna start with the basics. Now your profile will start as untitled and it will say start with this auto configuration wizard, and whenever you want you can run it manually by tools auto configuration wizard. I'll just go through it real quick. Be right back. Okay, now this is what will start. Now, I am going to delete all of these scenes and start fresh, because I am going to do this example, and this is what will start. It'll just be the word scene, and if you want, and you should first up have a display capture, so which is your gameplay scene, and important that you lock that source, and a video capture device, which will be your webcam. In my case, I'm going to use the OBS virtual camera as just an example. So in this case, this would be your real camera, and for me that would be the FaceTime HD camera. But for this example, we're just going to do the OBS virtual cam. And now you have your webcam, but it's kind of boring because there's no cool overlays like you have in those popular streams. I am going to roll a clip soon. Now, in this, if you have an animated webcam border, then you would make a media source, but in this example, I am going to show an image webcam border, which is Nerdeye's free clear view webcam border. So, overlays webcam 16:9. It's important that you choose the same aspect ratio as your webcam. In my case, it's 720p, which is 16:9. And if you need to, you can crop your webcam by holding Alt and adjusting them until your webcam fits within the border. Now my webcam already fits in the border, so that will be done. And let me just get rid of all of these transitions, except keep this usual cut and fade, because I just want to make this as an example. I'm just getting rid of this as an example, so now the defaults are a sharp cut and a crossfade, like that. And now let's make our just chatting scene. In my case, on my streams, it's this, which has my gameplay in the bottom corner, and then my webcam full screen, and then my gameplay shrunk down in the corner, like that, sort of like that. And now I just move it a bit and add the same border. If you want, you can put a different border, but in my case, I just want to be sort of minimal. So this is a decent. This is good. So, but for me, I have tons of nested scenes. Like for example, this. like for example, my camera plus overlay, which is self-explanatory. It's just this camera, and then if you want to add a new transition, like for example, I have this minimal stinger, like this. To add it, it's actually fairly simple. Just add stinger. I'm just gonna call this stinger for now. And then choose your video file. In my case, I'm just going to use the Nerderdized Kinetic. And make sure the transition point is correct. In the case of this stinger, it's 1000 milliseconds, which is a second. But in other stingers, in most stingers, it's usually a second. So, for example, this one by Gal Level. Ooh, laggy. Now, you might want to adjust the transition point depending on your computer. Like, in my case, it's not that good. Now, I'm going to change it to a different one, be there or be square. Yeah, I did not make these files, so please don't. Or for example, this whoosh transition, that is 500 milliseconds, so this is a good stinger transition example, a simple whoosh. And now you can add even more scenes to use as like nested scenes. Or you know what, I'll cover that in another video, but I am going to make some nice. Now I have some cool overlays, so I'll go grab my Stream Elements overlays. Now none of this is sponsored, and sometimes the stingers might be a bit laggy depending on your computer specs. So remember about that. Now to add these overlays, you have to add a browser source. Right click, add browser. And the OBS just crashed. Frick. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Yeah, I can't really add browser sources in macOS Big Sur, but if you add a browser source, it will give you this prompt. Now, in most cases, these overlays are 1080p. So wait for the browser to load. Now, as you can see, I have this neat little overlay. Now let me just put it in the gaming scene instead. You know, I'll just put it like that. Now, it's important that you have your resolution at the same as your overlay. So, like for example, a simple overlay I made. I have to make this webcam gigantic to fit in the overlay. I should have lowered the size. And for this example, I'm just going to use a little overlay I cranked out in like 10 minutes. I mean, in like 4 days. So, you got my example. So, you can have like really advanced overlays. Like, for example, I have a widget that whenever somebody buys my merch, it shows an alert on the stream. So, come check out my streams if you want to see that. And honestly, this is a bit dull. I think we can improve this with a move transition. You need the plugin for that. And I'm just gonna set it up right now. And make sure the easing function is pointed, because then it will look way cooler. And change the position to none and transition style to fade, because that's what. Now you'll see a preview of what it is, but that is way too quick. You can see the webcam and display capture move, but if I hide the display capture, the webcam's just zooming in and out. That's weird. Now you need to make sure that the positional alignment and bounding box type are the same, which I'll do right now. I'll make both stretch to bounds. Okay, that just made my webcam friggin' gigantic. And I'll resize it to what it was earlier. Now, as you can see, if I unhide my display capture, it moved and it moves. So you can make for some pretty cool stuff there, like that. And next time, I'll teach you how to make some cool alerts for your streams so that you can be notified whenever somebody follows, subs, donates, whatever. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Peace.